All right, nice to meet you. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be back here this year. Had a wonderful time here last year, and I hope we have a good time together here today. So I'm a Chief Poetic Officer, a leadership coach, and a speaker, and I basically deliver poetic speeches to enlighten corporations, and today is going to be a keynote on how to become an enlightened leader. And I want to start off by asking you, I don't know if you heard of the 4 Ps of prosperity for a sustainable future. The 4P goes this following way: is people, planet, purpose, profit. And today I want to try to add a 5th P to it, P for poetry, to try to harmonize and humanize the world to create a more sustainable, profitable, and equitable world together. So I want to start off with a few rhymes, few verses. It goes like this. What's the value of a brand if there's no virtue in your hands? I said, what's the value of a brand if there's no virtue in your hands? I mean, we're all in this planet, life, present, future together till the end. And it reminds me of a quote from Einstein. He said, try not to become a man of success, but rather a man of value. In other words, try not to become a brand of success, but rather a brand of value. And maybe that's the real success. I mean, if I were to ask you who wants to be number 1, probably everybody would raise their hand. But how about we just, instead of trying to be all number 1s, how about we just try to be one together without numbers for once, each in our own uniqueness, but united. One humanity, one world, one harmony, one love, one family, one soul. It's not the winner takes all, it's the winner shares all. So change the world for good, not for goods. We all have a voice and we all have a choice, so we can be part of the solution or we can be part of the pollution. To be a part of or to be apart from, that's the question for this generation. I mean, what's going to be left for us in the future if we can't do what's right in the present? We don't want to go down into history, we want to go up in the future. So, do we want to create a better society for the few or a better society for the future? In harmony with nature as mankind may have now matured. I don't know if big or small is beautiful, but I think together and forever are wonderful. So, business mixed with a little bit of wisdom for a global happiness kingdom. Because the brands and the leaders of the future, they care about the outcome of humanity and not only its income. So instead of making PowerPoints, how about we try to make purpose points? Instead of making business plans, how about we try to build happiness plans? Instead of maximizing our earnings, how about we try to harmonize the living? Dare to be you, the master of your own ceremony, with a shot at your personal or collective destiny. Because in the end, it doesn't matter whether you're the best in the world at what you do. What matters is whether you're the best for the world at who you are. So reach for the stars, your star, who you truly are. Thank you. All right, so now I want to take you, thank you. Now I want to take you on a enlightened leadership journey to elevate the world with your genius spot. So we're going to take a trip to LA. Trip to LA, not Los Angeles, but LA as in leadership and alignment. Your personal leadership on your mission with your own cause that really matters to you, and our collective alignment. Because I don't think we are born a leader, but rather we become one. So it's a journey. It reminds me of what Rumi said. He said, yesterday I was clever, I wanted to change the world. And today I'm wise, I don't want to change myself. And maybe in order to be a leader of tomorrow, an inspiring, authentic leader, maybe it starts by a transformational journey inside you. Now, I believe there are 2 main forms of intelligence to build the future upon. First one is your poetic intelligence. That's your infinite human potential. That's our human touch, our creativity, what makes us human. That's our the fact to see the world with poetic eyes, to be dazzled by everything that we see as a child, see the wonders of the world and the wonders inside you. And the other is your our collective intelligence. In order to co-write the future, and find a balance between your personal happiness and our collective harmony on Earth. So in order to use those two forms of intelligence as a tool, this is the question. This is our essential double equation for this new century. First one is, me plus the world equals what is my life mission? What's my purpose? What's going to be my contribution to the world tomorrow? And the second one is, us plus the future equals what is our horizon? What world are we going to want to collectively build together? So, the following mission, not impossible, but I'm possible, if you accept it, which will never disappear, is to become a lead. A lead is the acronym of leader, enlightened, and aligned on a destiny. A leader, enlightened, and aligned on a personal destiny or a collective destiny. Now, enlightened, it can also be empathetic, engaged, extraordinary, empowering. And the alignment, you can also think about being authentic, artistic, altruistic, alchemist. That's what to be a lead is, and that's what we're going to see today. So I believe the leadership of tomorrow is going to be based on the 4H. 4H. First one is our humanity, your authenticity, your vulnerability, the connection to yourself, your personal development, and the connection to the audience. How people are going to feel what you're going to say if you have a speech to give and in order to be an inspiring leader. The second one is your horizon, our horizon. You know that I have a dream for Martin Luther King. What's the ideal? What's the destination? What's the horizon that you're going to want to set up far away so that you embark your entire team on a journey with you? You know, I like to think that it's a question I usually ask in my workshop is, what's the shortest path between a point A and a point B? Shortest path between a point A and a point B. Most people would say a line. The true answer of that is a dream. Because when you visualize something, then you can actually already be in it instantaneously. And that's the power of dreams. If you imagine something, that's how it becomes real. Third one is harmony. Harmony because it's your potential positive social and environmental impact on the world with your actions. That's the balance of your actions and the world that we live in. So it's also a harmony in the sense of that win-win inside your team. What energy you're going to create inside your team? You're going to have an empathetic listening to new ideas in your team. What atmosphere you're going to create on your team? And the last one is your heart. And it's going to be the first one, actually, we're going to deal with today. It's your heart because heart is where the home is. And the heart, for me, it's your G spot. It's your genius spot. That's the orgasm of your soul. That's your essence. That's your purpose. That's your singularity. That's your gift to the world, your personal contribution, who we truly are. When we try to reach the stars, there's one star, that's us. And what is that if we were able to resume that into one word? What would be your key word of life? To pick a word and change the world with it. You know, it's your added value, it's your talent zone, it's your reason of being, it's your compass, it's your gift that you have to offer to the world. I'll give you mine. Mine is the word harmony. Harmony because I feel that it's the most essential word for the world because it's both harmony inside us, with others, inside organizations, religions, nature, galaxies, and it's something that I discovered on my personal legend or journey when I was doing a round the world tour somewhere around Asia, and it came up to me, and it became my mission of life throughout the years. And that's what I want to get into. If I were to ask you right now, what symbolizes you as a human being and a leader of tomorrow, but as a human being in your own life with no boundaries, if there was one key word that would define you, symbolize you, characterize you, what would it be? So what I want to do right now is put the lights back on and take 4 minutes, put you guys in twos, and ask your neighbor, what's your genius spot? Why? And how does it manifest itself on a daily basis? and wait for the answer, and then yourself answer. And you will see they will actually appear very naturally because that's the essence, that's the true essence of who you truly are. Can we please put the lights back on? And find your neighbor and ask him that question. In one key word, what's the key word that defines you? Please go ahead. What is the one most fundamental word for you, and that's your gift for the world? Come on, don't be shy. Ask your neighbor. Were you able to find it? Were you able to find it?
Well, I just said it aloud. It's justice.
Justice. All right, great. All right, beautiful.
And for her, she just lived through something very recently, so she said fear.
Fear.
But it's not.
All right,
It's not
it's
real.
probably gonna be something positive. But that's behind fear. That's what you're trying now. It's what in the end, what matters for you in the world? What world would you like to create with your own talent? One talent that you have, one quality that you want to base your action on. All right, so two things I want to do right now. First one is, anybody want to share their genius spot? Just say it out loud. I have justice here. Anybody else want to share it? It can be anything. It can be love, family, laughter, adventure, creativity, innovation, any word that really symbolizes you. Because when you find that one word, that it helps us in our own connection to understand what's fundamental for you. Family, all right.
We got resonance and difference.
Resonance and difference, all right. Lighting, all right. Cheering. I'm sorry? Awareness, sorry, thank you, great. Patience. Excitement, all right. Yes? All right. Cool. Anybody else want to share it? Anyways, I'm sorry. Inner peace, great. Peace also, all right. I'm sorry. Simplicity, all right, great. Well, anyways, see, if I ask everybody in the room what's their genius spot, you imagine what we've just heard as a sample, the human richness that we have available to co-create the world of tomorrow. So keep that really preciously as your gift to the world. And what I ask you to do right now, if you want, in order to spread that word, you can put it on Twitter with the SB Istanbul 19 and put my genius spot, my word for the world, and put your word out. So actually people know that this is what we can count on as people to co-write the world together. All right, so now the three other H's will be humanity, horizon, and harmony. We won't have time to, you can put the light back down, please. We won't have to go time to go in depth in that, but I'll just give you in that because this is something I do in workshops to help leaders become themselves. So question is for humanity is try to see what is your life mission statement. I'll give you mine. My life mission is just a short phrase. Is basically to use the virtues of poetry to create a world of harmony. It's an action phrase to see how you can use your gift to the benefit of the world. What's your values? Do you know your 3 top values? What's your personal legend? You know your hero's calling. How did you come in to do what you do right now? Why do you do it? Then your horizon is that projection and that cape to the future. What is your one dream that you have for yourself, for your team, and for the world? And what is your roadmap, your ideal, and the destination you want to get people to? And your harmony is that positive impact you want to have to the world, on the world, your handprint, your footprints, your heartprint, and also on your team. You know, that's that win-win balance and that team spirit. What's going to be your personal contribution and your own personal share to the collective destiny of mankind. So, and we can actually go to up to 10 H's. Not only 4, but 10 to be an enlightened leader. To that, I want to add happiness, how you can actually make yourself happy and make others happy in the world also. Number 6 is your hero's journey. You know, how you go into that personal legend and, you know, in your own journey, but heroes, what I like is, number 7 is humility, how you can become a humble hero without ego in order to really serve the world and not use the world at your own service. Number 8 is heaven. Why not having that picture of an infinite destination of a heaven on earth, or your heaven in order to protect yourself inside your company or into bad deeds? Number 9, your honesty. That's your authenticity. That's your enlightenment. Just be honest with, you know, who you are. That's how people feel you. And number 10 is hope. Having that inner faith or that inner peace or that inner faith for mankind and for our future also. And could add also 2 more. One is 11 could be humor, having a sense of humor in order to not take things seriously. I saw the Joker, new teaser coming out of the movie, you know. Why so serious? Why not bring a little bit of lightness in what we do to have fun, co-create the world of tomorrow? And the last one would be your highness. Remember that when I'm in front of a wise person, sometimes I want to say, you know, you're supposed to say your highness. And every time I say that, I always want to say your kindness instead. Because I believe that, you know, mankindness, you know, is a word, and kindness is probably one of the best values that we have. All right, so the art of leadership. You know, leadership is an art. So the question is, you know, how you see the visionary light of imaginary minds. You know, Picasso said that the meaning of life is to find your purpose, is find your gift. No, the meaning of life is to find your gifts, and the purpose of life is to give it to others. And I believe that's a great phrase, to have a balance in that. Use the virtues of artists, you know, artists and management. You know, a lot of leaders today are using, you know, values like compassion, intuition, humanism to understand how you can actually bring the best out of people. And question is here, in the art of leadership, in your art of your own leadership, what's going to be your masterpiece, your work of art? Maybe it's going to be your life, maybe it's going to be your mission, but what's it going to be? And that's what I want to get into now is, how do you design new horizons for the future, for our common future, for the future of your company, your team? If you were to write a life speech on the most beautiful version, not the best, but the most beautiful version of yourself, in a poetic manifesto of your own leadership on a mission, you don't have to be a manager, you can be any personal contributor, just your leadership on a mission. What would you write in that poetic manifesto to introduce yourself as a leader of tomorrow, of your own cause, what really matters to you? Once again, we don't have time to do it now, but it's something that you can actually do for the next time you have a speech to give. And in order to enter your talent zone is basically, that was the genius part we were talking about, is basically what represents your own singularity. You're a part of humanity in order to write our destiny with that actually stays as a part of your own eternity. And maybe build, you know, one dream team of leaders, you know. That's what I said earlier, you know, we're not born a leader, we become one. And we become one team. So, you know, in order to write the common destiny of mankind in the 21st century, you know, it's going to be the era of collaboration, as we know. So how do we co-write the future together? John Lennon said, a dream you have alone is only a dream we have together is reality. So let's start making it real. One of the things that I like to do in companies also, in workshops, is to try to find the collective genius spot, the collective singular genius of a company. What makes that company unique? You know, it's their values, their purpose, the DNA that you have inside it in order to become a market leader by example and to find your own purpose as a team. And maybe, and that's just poetically speaking, maybe we will see one day the universe in a single unique verse, and we will see the rebirth of Pangea. Pangea being our super original continent where we all came from, and to have our common destiny into a love revolution and witnessing a gala of Gaia with the GAFA for sustainable business nirvana in a global pact of lasting impact with our collective works of arts. So at last, keep co-creating the future with no ceiling, and change your company, because words have always preceded reality, and as future is our next exit, please make it epic and poetic, and now let the new true success story of mankind and capitalism begin. Thank you very much.